This is your favorite curator, the digital collectible curator. So, you know what, guys? I was quite literally just minding my own business, just being, well, enjoying like the artist I am, right? I'm just like happy with my collectibles. In the meantime, right, what happened was that, oh, what can I say? Like I just like enjoy my collectibles, right? And it happens to be that in the last coming bit, or the last past bit, like we've seen like some price appreciation when it comes down to NFTs, right? Especially, I'm not quite sure in Ethereum. I'm sure Ethereum is quite doing quite well as well. It's decent. But Solana is actually like doing really well, right? We see DGOTs enjoying like a 25% price increase in like the past, what, 30 days. We've seen SMB enjoying like a 15% price increase. Famous Foxes enjoying a 63% price increase. Holy moly. Clanosaurs enjoying a 55% price increase. Geckos 25%. Utes 40%. OK Bears 27%. SMB 44%. Medievals 4%. I mean, like they had like their march up earlier. And again, like there are some like other ones which have not. Bodogas 19%. Again, there are other ones which have not really enjoyed this much of a price appreciation. But it is fair to say that the ones I just discussed are considered, in my humble opinion, very much like the blue chip Solana NFT brands. So, anyways, story time. I'm just like minding my own business. I'm just like, well, being a happy little artist the way I am. And I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm stumbling on this Twitter post with a guy who has a NFT, by the way, just like a small detail, what it is. NFTs are not coming back. Not the 2021 version, not the 10K PFP collections, not the instant 100x after mint. Companies still anchored the old ways are going to die. They've already started to. Multiple NFT-centric companies have shut down in the recent months, and more will suffer the same fate. NFTs were built on speculation. When speculation left, so did the business model. Marketplace, I guess like that's marketplaces shut down, platforms collapsed, tooling dried up, volume was gone, yada, yada, yada. While some NFT platform pivoted, others stayed complacent. Instead of rewarding users, building infrastructure, product depth, and growing TAM, some companies create a success is an endless token farm. Platforms still focused on NFTs have a large bleak outlook. Anyways, like I'm not gonna read all of that. Like, it is what it is. I kind of like this is a bearish post. It's a bearish post on, well, guys, NFT, pack your bags. Like NFTs are not ever going to be a thing anymore. Here's another one. Nothing makes me cringe more than someone with an NFT PFP in 2026. Now, apart from the fact that I can actually like think about like a lot more things which will make me cringe more than anyone like using a NFT as a profile picture. This is your sentiment. NFTs have always been and forever will be super fucking gay. Huh? Why everyone bought into that shit is beyond me. I mean, guys, can't I just like enjoy my hobby for 2 seconds? Can't I just like have a good time just like collecting these things? Hello? At no point during the NFT boom did I ever think this is a good idea. And I'm infinitely grateful for it. Well, I'm very happy that he never thought to himself, this is a good idea. Um, what you gonna do, guys? Right? Um, all I'm trying to say that right here, right now, I believe that even though prices are going, I mean, like they're having a good time. What can you say? Like the token is down. Who gives two shits, right? One Solana equals one Solana, and they're depreciating against Solana. You cannot hate a brother for just having a little bit of a good time with that. People have been like scooping up some NFTs, no matter how you feel about it. And that's just the way it is. Another one. On my personal account, I literally just listed to anyone who has a DGOTS NFT, Utes NFT, or a Medievals NFT, the list MFers, obviously referring to like uh, uh take your assets off the exchanges. If we would get like more volume kicking in, if we would have more momentum being built upon, etc., it will go more rapid with lesser listings, right? Supply, like your market price is going to be where your supply equals the demand. If there's less supply, you'd have like more of a higher price. May as well. No one is buying LMAO. Guys, I'm quite literally just having a good time. I'm spotting bear euphoria. Here's a guy commenting on Logan Paul's Pikachu Illustrator, or I should say, like not Logan Paul's, but like the one who bought it. Basically, they're like those MFers buying rare DGOTs. I mean, guys, I cannot catch a break. Um, damn right, we are buying rare DGOTs in 2026. Bullish at the bottom. I'm quite confident that the DGOT community is 20x more alive and kicking than whatever your profile picture is. No offense, just see for yourself. We're having a good time. And guys, it kind of like proved me wrong. Proved me wrong that we're having a good time collecting these things. Buddy, your profile picture, my profile picture is worth about $2. If you are buying rare DGOTs, it is highly likely that you will sell for a loss or will never be able to sell. And I told them, you are making the mistake that I buy to sell. The hardcores, the ones who are left behind, right? The ones who still give a shit about this market, kind of like from a psychological point of view, kind of like the ones who stayed in Bitcoin after Bitcoin crashed so many times before. This is kind of it. Now, first of all, I'm not giving any financial advice, right? I'm not qualified for that. I don't care to do so. You do whatever the F you want to do with your own funds. But if you believe that it was a good idea to basically buy DGOTs, for example, or any other NFT for that matter, at 2000 Solana, then it should be an extremely good idea to buy them when they're only at 5 Solana. And that's the point I'm trying to make. To me, as a collector first, and again, you should not listen to anyone who's naming himself Cat Guy for financial advice. Like, I'm not telling anyone what to do. I'm telling you what I'm passionate about and what I believe the future of collecting is. Is this art any different with a floor price of 2,000 Solana versus 5? To me, it's not. I don't care. And you know what? Crops, if we're being personal with these things, you know what? The difference is, buddy, that we are not at a market top right now, like with Pokemon cards. Don't get me wrong. I'm not preaching the top is in for Pokemon cards. I simply don't know, and I simply don't care. But what I do know is that this looks a whole lot more like a bottom to me than a top. What is there to say? Right? Reversals will occur like sooner or later. At some point, sellers are done selling. Right? I am seeing a whole lot of bear euphoria here. It's never going to be a thing anymore. People who have a NFT as their profile picture are retarded. I'm not entirely false, but it is what it is. You cannot hate on a brother for just like having like a hobby, for fuck's sakes, right? And last but not least, this is what I wanted to like show you guys. Look at the DGUTS chart. Now look at this chart. Look at the DGUTS chart. Look at this chart. Look at the DGUTS chart again. Look at this chart. I'm sensing a lot of depression here, guys. I'm sensing a lot of depression. Again, I'm not calling for anything, but from a holistic perspective, right? When would you have liked to get your colorful Charizard? At these levels or before the COVID crash in 2019? You cannot tell me that a passion to collect is wrong. You cannot tell me that a hobby is wrong. It is whatever it is. All I'm saying is that if you're a purist within the space, anyone who just cares for the sake of it about the art more so than anything else, because I truly just don't care. I don't care about the speculation part to it. I care about the curation part to it, to where this does something to me, to where it gets me excited, to where I want to like trade these things, to where I want to collect these things. Historically speaking, again, no financial advice. You should not take any advice from like anyone who is naming himself Cat Guy. I cannot like stress it enough. But you know what? By the time like these kind of guys are going to be like, NFTs are back again. NFTs are going to be the future. NFTs are going to be like, you get the drift. Then I should be worried when 99.9% of your timeline feels like you're stupid for having a profile picture. It will never be a thing anymore. The infrastructure is bad. Guys, like, I mean, like, we've seen it like time and time again with like so many industries, Bitcoin, altcoins, whatever. I'll tell you one thing though, and that would be like the perspective holistically when I would be wrong. When I would be wrong, that would mean that the industry is dying, which is an option, right? Like it's definitely possible. collectors are going to collect. That's all I have to say for that. I consider myself a collector, a purist, as someone who would like to share this passion with others. I love like the curation part to it. I love to wear like the most pristine. Wish that's not what I wanted. I mean, like this is Magic Eden for you. What kind of tickles my pickle, if you will, is like uh, curating, appreciating the art, being like, oh my god, like this mythic war armor. It does look mythic, doesn't it? And are this to be disputed? Are this to be agreed upon and disagreed upon? I don't care. Just know that there's been like one point in time to where everyone and their mom was like, you know what, guys, these Pokemon cards, I don't give a rat's ass about them. You can have them, give them to your neighbor, give them to your little brother, give them to whoever. That's kind of what I'm preaching here. And when technically a reversal could be coming against the native currency, when fundamentally or like emotionally, like the emotions are like really depressed on whatever asset you would like, in this case NFTs, I'd rather be a buyer than a seller. That's just me from a collecting point of view. Anyways, that's my rant. Let me know what you think. Do you disagree with me? Do you agree with me? Do you whatever? I'm out. Peace.